Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Sarah Brewer reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Thursday, September 19th. Tonight we report on how charges and bail were set for Anthony Vasquez and how Quincy agreed to extend a contract for fire services. In sports, Bob Kirkpatrick reports on the Wenatchee Wild, how the Mariners suffered the loss of a founder, and the latest from the Seattle Seahawks. Our spotlight story tonight is about Friday night football games under the lights and how it all began. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight, an arrest warrant has been issued for the man accused in Tuesday evening's murder in Moses Lake. Grant County prosecutor Angus Lee charged 22-year-old Anthony R. Vasquez with murder in the first degree and unlawful possession of a firearm in the second degree. Prosecutors requested bail to be set at $1 million, and Grant County Superior Court Judge John Nodell agreed. Police have been looking for Vasquez since Tuesday evening when he reportedly shot Juan Garcia while Garcia was sitting in an SUV at the Airport Grocery Mart near Moses Lake. Quincy is moving toward a 2-year contract extension with Grant County Fire District 3. The City and Fire District have been negotiating a contract for about 2 years. The discussions led the city to hire Emergency Services Consulting International for $33,255. The consultant recommended the city continue to contract with the district. As part of the recommendation, the consultant provided a formula to use which included a price of $482,000 for 2013. The fire district originally suggested using the amount for next year's contract, and the city rejected it. Quincy Mayor Jim Hemberry explained the new proposal.
If you remember, our proposal was either 6 months extension at $225,000 or a 1-year extension at $425,000. Their proposal that they brought back says that they want $450,000 for 2014 and then $482,205 in 2015, in other words, a 2-year extension.
The negotiating committee and the majority of the council agreed to the extension. Hemberry explained it allowed the city and the district to work on the consultant's formula and determine something they feel is fair. The colorful mural on the side of the Lee Theater grabs attention. On Saturday, they are hosting an event to celebrate its completion. Here with the story is reporter Vivian Huang.
The time has come to celebrate the completion of the Lee Theater's epic North Side Wall mural. On Saturday at 2 p.m., join artist Michael Bosner for a Q&A and a showcase of his work at the Lee Theater. Lyndon Weimerskirch, fellow artist and documentarian of the mural's development, will also be showcasing a slideshow of the mural's progression from start to finish. To raise funds to pay for the mural, Lee Theater is showing An American in Paris at 4 p.m. They are asking for a $10 donation to see the show. Ice cream will also be served at the showing. The doors open for the event at 1 p.m. on Saturday at Lee Theater in Ephrata. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Vivian Huang.
Thank you, Vivian. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.